My dad told me it was too risky when I asked for $65,000 to launch my tech company. Then he took out a $625,000 loan for Joseph's BMW and his unfulfilled ambitions. Now he wants me to sell my home to bail them out. I kicked them off my porch. Hey Reddit, I won't forget the day my dad looked me in the eye, leaned back in his chair, and said the words that broke something inside me. It's too risky. Those two words were the response to the dream I had spent years building, my tech startup. It was something I had researched, pitched, refined, and sacrificed for. All I needed was $65,000, a small amount compared to what my father frequently spent on cars, vacations, or gifts for people who didn't even care about him. I sat across from him with my business folder in my trembling hands. Dad, I said softly, I've run the numbers. I have investors ready. The only thing holding me back is the initial funding. He didn't even open my folder or glance at the first page. He simply waved his hand dismissively, as if swatting away a fly. You're a girl, sweetheart. The tech industry is tough. If you fail, you'll lose everything. His tone was calm, almost paternal, like he was trying to protect me from myself. But it wasn't protection. It was rejection. It was a belief he had held since I was a child that my ideas weren't worth investing in. I swallowed hard. Dad, this is my chance. He sighed, stood up, and kissed the top of my head like I was 5. No, he said, one word, final, cold, unyielding. That night, I returned home feeling defeated, but not broken. I started putting in extra hours freelancing and saving every penny. My dream wasn't dead. It was merely on pause. Then, 3 months later, everything changed. I came home to find my dad grinning proudly in the driveway as a shiny BMW pulled up. My brother Joseph stepped out wearing designer sunglasses, filming himself for social media as if he were the star of a reality show nobody wanted. I froze. Dad, what is this? Joseph smirked. Brand new BMW, fully customized. I'm going to be the next big thing in cinematic vlogging. I stared at my dad. How much was this? He shrugged casually. $625,000. My jaw dropped. That's 10 times the amount I had asked for to create something real, a company, a future, a life. And he gave that kind of money to Joseph for a car and a camera. Dad, I whispered, I asked for $65,000. You said that was too risky. He nodded as if it were obvious. A business is a gamble. But Joseph needed this. If he becomes a big influencer, the whole family benefits. If he fails, my dad smiled sadly. Then we lose the money. But that's the cost of taking risks. Those words felt like a knife twisting in my gut. So, it wasn't that my father didn't believe in risks, he just didn't believe in me. Joseph posted 3 videos on his channel. 3. One of him driving the BMW, one of him unboxing a luxury watch, and one of him giving motivational advice in a parking lot he wasn't allowed to film in. Then, he vanished for a month. No content, no updates, no effort. When I asked him why, he shrugged. I'm not inspired right now. Inspired? My father spent $625,000 on his inspiration. Meanwhile, I was working late shifts trying to build a future without a safety net. But karma was quietly observing. The day it all fell apart happened on a Tuesday. I was working from home when I heard frantic knocking on my door. I opened it to see my dad, pale and sweating, with Joseph behind him clutching a crumpled envelope. Dad stumbled inside. We're in trouble. Big trouble. I stood there, frozen. What do you mean? He threw the envelope onto my table, loan papers, default warnings, final notices. The BMW wasn't fully paid for. The bank wanted the car back, plus penalties. Joseph had missed 5 payments, and they had used collateral. My stomach sank. Dad, what collateral? He wouldn't meet my gaze. Dad, what collateral? His voice trembled. The house. Silence. And your mother's retirement fund. I staggered back, as if I had been struck. Joseph mumbled. I didn't think it would get this bad. I thought I'd go viral by now. My hands shook. So, what do you want from me? My father took a deep breath, as if bracing for something heroic rather than horrific. Sell your home. I blinked. My home? Yes, he rushed. You're young. You can start over. We're sinking. Joseph needs support. If you sell your place, we can pay off everything. I laughed, not because it was funny, but because it was absurd. You told me helping my business was too risky, but risking the entire family's future wasn't. Dad flinched. You gave him $625,000, I whispered. And you want me to lose the only thing I have. Joseph crossed his arms defensively. It's not like you worked that hard for it. My vision blurred with anger. My house is the result of every hour I worked while you slept, every project I took on while you partied, every sacrifice you never made. Dad raised his voice. You owe this family. I stepped back. No, I owe myself the life I fought for without any of you. They followed me to the door, both talking over each other, begging, demanding, guilt-tripping. Please, you're being selfish. Your brother needs you. We could lose everything. It's just a house. You can buy another. We'll pay you back eventually. I opened the door. They kept talking. I pointed outside. Leave. Dad blinked. What? Leave. I repeated. Both of you. Joseph scoffed. You're kicking out your own family? I met his gaze. You stopped being family the moment you tried to take my life from me. Dad clung to the doorframe. You can't do this. We're blood. I stepped forward, voice steady. And blood doesn't give you the right to drain me dry. My dad whispered, We need you. I whispered back, Where were you when I needed you? And with that, I shut the door. My heart raced. My hands trembled. But for the first time, I felt powerful, safe, and in control. Then a message popped up from someone I never expected. What I read on that screen changed everything I thought I knew about my family, my money, and my past. The message on my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. I finally picked it up and froze. It was from Grandpa. Come to my workshop. Bring the papers. Don't sell your house. That was short and completely out of character for him. His workshop smelled of old wood and machine oil. When I stepped inside, he was already sitting at his workbench, a small wooden box open in front of him. He didn't even look up. Sit, he said. I sat, my hands trembling. Grandpa pulled out a stack of documents, loan papers, notices, and a letter I'd never seen from a lawyer. He tapped the top page with his finger. Your father didn't tell you everything. I swallowed hard. What do you mean? He handed me a copy of the loan forms. The signatures didn't look right, almost like someone had traced them. My breath caught. He forged them. Grandpa nodded. He used your house as collateral without proper authorization. And he forged the cosign signature, too. My heart felt like it dropped straight through the floor. Grandpa slid another document toward me, a notarized copy of my house deed from years ago. My name only mine. I stared at it, stunned. Grandpa, you kept this? He nodded. Because I knew your father would make reckless choices someday. I wanted proof of what you truly owned. Tears welled in my eyes. All this time, I thought I would face the bank alone. But I wasn't alone at all. He pointed to the loan warnings I had received earlier. The bank already flagged inconsistencies, he said. Nothing can be seized until they finish the fraud investigation. I let out a shaky breath. Relief washed over me so strongly that my knees felt weak. We called the bank together. I sent them the deed and the forged forms while Grandpa spoke to them as a witness. They told us they would freeze all collateral action immediately. For the first time that day, I could breathe. When I confronted my family with the news, chaos erupted. My father stared at the documents as if they were written in flames. I didn't think it would get this far, he stammered. Joseph looked furious and nauseous at the same time. Dad said it would all work out. My mother began to cry, her hands shaking as she covered her mouth. I placed the deed and notices on the table. You didn't ask me. You didn't warn me. You tried to use my home to fix your mess. Dad stepped forward. We'll fix it. Just work with us. Please. Grandpa's cane hit the floor. No, he said. She protected herself. You will fix this. Not her. Joseph slumped into a chair, covering his face with his hands. Dad swallowed, his voice breaking. I thought Joseph's channel would blow up. I thought we could pay it all back. I looked directly into his eyes. You thought he didn't work.
He didn't try.
And you almost risked everything I built. My father's voice trembled. I didn't want to hurt you. But you did, I whispered. The next few days were brutal for them. Joseph's BMW was repossessed, and his sponsorships pulled out when they heard about the loan mess. My father had to answer official questions from the bank's fraud department. But none of it was my responsibility anymore. Grandpa made sure of that. He told my father directly, "Your daughter doesn't clean up your disasters. Not anymore." Joseph eventually posted a public apology video, not the flashy, over-edited kind he used to make, but just him in front of a plain background, eyes red, voice trembling as he admitted the truth. I didn't enjoy seeing him ashamed, but I appreciated seeing him face consequences for once. One evening, Grandpa sat beside me on the porch as the sun dipped low. "Your home is safe," he said quietly. "You're safe." I nodded, feeling the truth of those words settle within me. "Thank you," I whispered. He smiled. "I didn't do much. I just cut the papers." "No," I said softly. "You protected me when no one else did." He patted my hand. "You built your life with hard work. Don't ever let anyone take that from you, even your own blood." I gazed out at my yard, my home. The walls I bought with sacrifice, sweat, and late nights. For the first time in months, maybe years, I felt safe inside it. Later that night, Joseph knocked on my door. Not loud or entitled, just a quiet, uncertain knock. When I opened it, he stood there, small and nervous. "I just wanted to say I'm sorry," he murmured. "For everything." I studied him. This wasn't his influencer persona. This was my brother, flawed, scared, finally humbled. "I appreciate it," I said gently, "but earning trust takes time." He nodded slowly. "I know." My father apologized next, a longer apology weighed down with guilt. I didn't forgive everything, but I didn't slam the door either. Some wounds need space, some need honesty, and some need time. But my house, my life, my work would remain mine. Because after everything, I understood something powerful. The people who call your dreams too risky are often the ones risking you, not themselves. And the people who truly care protect your foundation, not take it away from you.